What's the most challenging animal to draw? A dog, an eagle, a lion? Even though animals can be quite hard to draw, especially if you're a beginner, the most challenging one is the horse. But don't you worry, because today you have me and my assistant Finn that can show you in this video how to draw a horse in few simple steps. Hi, my name is Annie. Welcome to AC, a graphic novel story. This is where I share my journey, the wins, the struggles, and everything between as I bring my graphic novel to life. If you're a storyteller, artist, or just love the process of making comics, you're in the right place. All right, grab a paper and pencil, and we're getting ready to draw this beautiful white horse. But before I start to show you how to draw it, I want to explain why horses are so difficult to draw. One is the complex anatomy. Horses have a unique and complex skeletal and muscular structure. Number two is the rounded forms. The muscular and fatty body, ramp, and neck create rounded forms that can be hard to represent with precision. Another challenge, and I think is the most difficult one, are the legs and the joints. Their legs in particular are challenging because they are made up of many small bones, tendon, and ligaments, and their joints have a complex range of motion. Movement is another big challenge because a horse in motion requires a deep understanding of the anatomy and can be incredibly complex to draw. And last but not least are the proportions. Maintaining correct proportions is crucial for making a horse look realistic, and it can be challenging to get them right. Okay, first things you want to do when you draw any subject that is a horse in this case, but can be a dog, any other type of animal, or humans, buildings, any type of subject that you want to draw. It doesn't matter what it is. You have to analyze the image in front of you. In this case, we are talking about this horse, and easy to start another way and right away just try to draw it. And this I'm talking especially if you're a beginner. You need to analyze the picture and understand all the key points that I explained before: the anatomy, the movement of the horse, the joints, the legs and joints, how the horse is inclined. You see, it's not completely straight, it's a little kind of inclined like that. See the legs here, the leg, let me see, this leg, how it's not straight, but it's a little oblique. And see how the line of the horse. So you need to understand the position, how it's running. The most important thing is study the anatomy, study your subject. So you grab your image and you put it very close to your paper. Okay, and I start usually from the head. So I'll go ahead, draw some lines and give me a reference point. And then you can draw some geometrical shapes, like the cheek is a little round, then like almost a triangle. Geometrical shapes, it can help you, and it doesn't have to be precise right now. Okay, so this is give you a little base for the face. And you stay very light with your pencil. That you pay attention to the neck. This line right here. The wrinkles and everything. See, it almost does like it curves and then it goes down like a line like that. This is kind of the middle line and then it goes up. So you kind of do the same. And that's the neck. And then you try to repeat the same things for the chest. Like I said, it doesn't have to be so precise now. Don't worry about it. Just to give you some reference lines. Just draw some reference lines. So you can see exactly what I'm doing. Then you try to understand these lines right here, the leg. Then see where the knee goes compared to this one. So it's like diagonal line. Draw a circle. And then there is the grass. Just very simple lines. Let me move this paper. Don't worry about it. Be precise now. Then pay attention to the legs here. See, this is end up over there. That's another diagonal. Diagonal. I don't know how you say it. This leg is a little tricky to draw because of the position. But we don't worry about that much now. Here there is a bone. And then go with the belly. See how the line. Actually, it's a little too long. This horse has a big belly. Maybe it's pregnant. It's a very muscular, all these muscles. And then you go down. There you go. Okay. Then you see the tail. Just like that. Very simple lines. Just to and the mane here. Just to understand. Try to stay on camera, not get out. Where the lines go. Okay, so you have here your lines pretty much. Your like I said, I usually don't do that many geometrical shapes. I do mostly circle, but sometimes I see in art classes or even professors, they teach you completely to draw the animal or the subject, even human being, with geometrical three-dimensional shapes. I never really did that. I think it can help, definitely, just to understand how a body, the anatomy, is the structure. But I never really did that. I just basically just draw basic lines, more or less, where how they're gonna be, reference lines, and then I go with the nice lines. So where do I start? I always start from the head. So put it very close and just go ahead and see how these lines go here. So this line is the bone, the skull. And you can use a different type of pencil, maybe a little 2B, 3B, even a 4B. Let's see if I have something darker, and maybe on camera can be more visual. And then I go with the see the other cheek. Then you have to try to understand the distance between one line to another. So this cheek is not too long, and then how the nose go down. You really have to study the lines. So this is the nose. This is quite wide open. You see how the lines here are all tuck, 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 tuck. So you try to apply the same thing, tuck. And then when you're a beginner, and even myself, I make a mistake, I cancel everything, and then I redo it. So don't feel frustrated because drawings, it takes time. It takes time and a lot of practice. Even when you achieve, you're very good, you still make mistakes. So here, see how open they are. Then see this line here. So you do a little bit like that. And then it depends on how you want to draw your horse. If you want a realistic horse, or you want to insert it in your comic book story, or you want to do more like a Disney looking, or it depends on the style that you want. So see here, and then and go like that. I have that light reflection on my table, so I'm not seeing these signs. Okay. And I'm sorry if I don't talk constantly, but usually when I draw, I don't talk. Usually I listen to music. Or sometimes not even anything. Okay, so we have here this little curve, and then it goes up. Okay. Here the eye, you not see the eye. You just see a little darker area. Then it goes up. I'm not gonna worry about this part yet, but just to give you an idea. Okay, so we have the eye here. So you draw a line like that. So about, let's see, half here. Okay. About right here where this line fall. Now, usually horses are really big eyes, but in this case, this picture, I think the horse has a little closed eyes because it's looking down. So the eye is not really wide open. So it can be tricky. It's a little almond shape. Okay, something is not right. I have to redo this part. See, it happened to me too that I draw so many horses. And there's nothing wrong to make mistakes and redo it, because a lot of times you see videos of artists who do everything perfect, but trust me, they do it so many times. So don't just get frustrated or disappointed if you drawing. Like I said, it takes time. Okay, so and that. Now don't worry about the detail. The most important thing is to do the proportion right now and all the lines. Okay. So about here, you see this, the cheek, the line, it goes almost like that. Look at the position of the ears. Boop. Okay, so okay, so this is a little too long. Okay, so here you are the parts of the head and the neck. They start to arch. Like I said, don't you worry about the mane. And here is covered by the mane. So it's coming along. See this line? Okay, so now curvy lines, rounded forms. Those rounded forms like the neck, they might look easy because it's like that, but it's not really easy. Okay, so here we have this line right here. Let's see, let me. Like that. And goes down. So you try to repeat the same thing on the drawing. Go like that. And then it goes down. It's a very powerful neck. Very strong. See? There you go. Let's see. Here. Let's go down. And you see the power of the neck. Then, okay, the base here and right here, and it's almost parallel, not parallel, but a little bit diagonal on this. So my line, it should be a little longer here. And you almost go like that. It's very hard to understand the proportion. To not to understand the proportion, but to do it right. Because the face, it's easy to make it way too long. So you go down and you see all these wrinkles here, those lines. And then here there is the ramp right here. I think it's called ramp. So it's ended here, and it start right here is a little wave, a little curvy, and it does it like that. So you try to repeat the same thing. Okay, and then you see the back is not too long because of the how the position of the old horse is not a profile, but it's kind of in front and diagonal inclinate incline. Oh, I caught it. So now you see the back is a little line like that, not straight. It goes from here to here, a little up. It's not a straight line. So, and you can move the paper wherever is more comfortable for you. So a little up, and then like that. And then here to start the booty, basically. So you go down a little bit. Let's read off of this line. It's a little up, and then it goes down, kind of round. Now let me, so you can see. Now you see how the line goes. It's not completely straight. It's a little bit inclinate, diagonal, straight like that, but no. And it's always a good idea to make it too many lines, because then you don't understand what line is the right line. Like I see so many people that not which one is the line. So try to be very neat on your drawing. See this line, how it goes, and then there is this curvy, so you try to repeat the same, and then you have your leg. The legs and joints are a pain in the butt, I'm honest. Because see this leg, how it does, you go down curvy, so you do it's a little curvy but not too curvy. It's the okay, here is a little arched, so you go you really see the tide, yeah, the digs, very powerful. And then okay, so there is this bone like here. All right, so then I want to show you, pay attention this leg right here. So here is the behind. See how it goes behind this line right here, and then there is going down while we have this barcode that cover up. See, it's a little bit blurry, but you can see the contour of the line. So this is the trickiest part. So what you do, you can even cover it up like that and just go it's a very tricky part, this one. So you go a little bit behind. Actually I want to redo it because I did too many lines, too thick. Okay, so the bone goes down here. That's what I was saying before, ligaments, all these ligaments, the joints, the bones, it make it really, really hard to draw. But see how the line here fall is almost join to this one. So that's why I say it's very important to understand the lines, and before you start to draw, don't just copy, but understand where the lines goes. Because otherwise you're not gonna do it right. It's not gonna come right. And it's not easy for me either, because even if I draw so many horses, it's really depend what horse you want to draw, the position mostly. Okay, so you have your leg here. You don't have to be super precise yet, but you have to have your right proportion. So when you have too much crumbles from your erasers, you can grab a feather, a bird feather. Did I say it right? And you wipe it off, and it works super fine. Any bird feather that you see that's quite big, maybe a hawk or a crow, it works. So you don't smear your drawing. And now this one, I don't care, it's just a sketch, but you don't smear your drawing, make it dirty and stuff. Okay, so we have the head. So we have the back. So we almost have the whole profile. So we have to do this line right here. So this line is a little bit too much. I'm gonna erase it. Come on. Bird feather. And then see this curve around it. Okay, so you try to do the same. I think it's very useful when you're a beginner and you don't have much experience on drawing. You just grab image and just go around the lines like that, and then you redo the same things on your paper. It can really help you out to understand where the lines goes, where they start, where they end. Okay, then you have all these lines right here, all these muscles. And now you're getting ready to draw the other leg. So I'll draw this leg first, and then I'm gonna do this one, because this one I think is the hardest. Okay, so same things for the back leg. Now you do for the front. This is not easy. All this. So you go down. See, there is a little curve, not too much. Then the bone right here, the joint, the knee basically is the knee. So see, I'm already doing a mistake. This one is straight, so the line, it goes down like that. Here, see, it curves and then it's not completely straight, it's a little bit oblique. Okay. So I'm doing this side of the joint. And you go down. Okay. My feather. Okay. And this will go up and it should do fall right here. Yeah. Okay, so here you have your chest, then the rest of the underbelly, the belly. Okay, let me see, here's the line, and then I follow. Like that. It has a little curve. Okay, and then I try to think. I think I'm going to draw this leg for last. Just do this one now. Okay, so I'm going to draw this leg right here. See how deep and big and large is the chest. Now if you wanted to draw geometrical shapes, This is basically almost 2 circles, but I just follow the lines. So here it's a little curve and then it goes up. So it goes up here. Here like that. And then you curve. Okay. So here's pretty wide and still not straight. It goes a little diagonal too. So here you go like that. Then you have to follow the rest of the chest. So here you have your neck. Where you fought the mouth end, see, it start to curve. So that's what you do. And this part is very tricky because it is the perspective, how you see the leg. So pay attention and follow like that. So you do. And then here where you start the knee. And like I said, it's okay, make mistakes and redraw it. Don't feel frustrated. It happens to everyone. You go down. See where I draw before? See where I draw before on the circle? It kind of fall in the same position. This horse has a very thick legs, very muscular, powerful body. So pay attention to the hoof. The hoof is not that easy either. So look at how it goes. So little line like that, curve, Follow the line. See? Here. And then here. Oops. I was covering up. So I draw this line just like this one. Let's see. See how it ends like that, and then here is almost like a little semicircle, so you do the same. There you go. So now you have this part right here, and it goes behind this line, so can do the same. Stay very light. Then here you get a little, it's not a real circle, it's almost like and you go like that. Okay, so now you have to draw the hoof, which, don't you think it's the easiest part? Okay, so you have this bone. Look at the line. And it goes down like that. So you do the same. Maybe a little longer. Okay. Okay, so you have your leg. Now we have this leg right here. Okay. So you can either do okay, put it very close. And pay attention to the lines. So look at how it curves right here, and how much gap you have between this leg and this one. It's not that much, so it's a little curvy and it goes down. And remember this line. And you go down. And here you don't see very well because there is the grass. Here you don't see very well because there is the grass. So, which is better because you don't have to draw all this part, you just draw the grass. You go like that. You follow the bones, another bone. And it's kind of curve like that. Yep. Pay attention to the gap. Let me see. I probably made it too distance, so I'm gonna redo it. And the bone like that. I told you that this one is the hardest. There you go. Okay. So here you have your horse figure. Now it depends what you want to do with your horse. If you want to insert this one in a comic page panel, obviously this one is very big, so if you need to draw it smaller, you have to just do the same thing smaller, like I do. For example, I'm working on these pages, and see, I just sketch the page, the panels, where the people is gonna be, the characters, and the horse. So very simple lines. So for example, I want to draw this one. I took reference from this picture. So nothing is perfect, just to give me an idea where to position the character with the horse, riding the horse, and the panel. Then I would go, and it doesn't have to be the same exact precise everything, but just to give me an idea how to draw it, this particular picture, right, panel right here. So now I'm going to do time lapses to finish the horse. I'm gonna do some simple shadings, not too complicated, just to finish the drawing, and I'll see you on the end of the video. next one. I see you in the next one. Bye. I see you in the next video. Bye.